What's up, what's up, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to Maverick's Point of View. This is your boy Maverick. I'm back at y'all with another video. We just went over gold. It's 11:19 a.m. and now we're going to go over XRP. So, a lot of interesting things have been happening on the chart this summer. What I will say is we got good movement in a direction at a point in time, and now we're getting back into that matrixy movement, right? And we're seeing that on not only gold, we're seeing that on crypto, etc. So what I'm looking for right here is to kind of just dissect this a little bit better. I don't like how it looks right now. Honestly, these moves are pretty jumbled because I was doing them on the daily. Right, and remember, as I told y'all, you follow crypto on the weekly, but we use the daily to figure out if we're going to enter or not. So I'm gonna remove this. I'm just gonna clean up this whole thing, and we'll do it again. All right, that'll be the best thing to do. Cool. All right. So, all right. So this is a monthly level. This was monthly movement. This is a monthly level. I'm gonna leave that there. I want y'all to identify that as a monthly level. Matter of fact, if I can write it, let's see. Oh, here we go. Monthly. Boom. I think it stays there when I go down on time frames too. Yes, I love that. So why do I identify that for y'all? It's important to know that the last month got below this level, right? So that's pretty significant. This is a monthly level, which means this move can probably do all this back and forth. But if it doesn't climb above or start to climb above it this month or next month, that means we're still going back down, right? The bigger your time frame, the more significant the movement is, and the more significant of a telltale sign it is, right? So the market be snitching on itself. You just got to find it. And that's why I'm not going to look at the weekly. As you guys see, it's kind of going back and forth here. So it's not as good of a level to look at on the weekly level right now, but just know it's there, know it's a monthly level. I'm going to dive a little deeper onto the daily so we can figure out how we can execute on XRP if that's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? If that's your prerogative. First thing I'm going to do, identify another, what I feel is going to be a lower high. So as you guys seen, the market came up. It got rejected. This was still a good trade. I think I actually did take this one. I might not have because I was away this weekend. But this was a decent trade, right? In this entry right here, which you could still be in. What we're gonna notice is the week is not closed yet, as we always tell you. I should start doing XRP on like Sunday night or something like that, so that because by then the week will be open. I can give y'all a better analysis, but it's fine. Regardless, this is the level we had. As you guys seen, it came perfectly up here, knocked back down. So the buyers try to take over from this level. So this means it's a significant point for buyers right now. This zone is significant for buyers, and this level, sellers kick back in, right? So again, just like in gold, we're in an in between right now, right? This is what we're really looking at right now. All right, that's what we're looking at. We don't have a defined trend yet, and that's what we want to get in. Overall, I still feel like we're in a downtrend, and then that's visual, that's justifiable because you're seeing, look, lower high, lower high, lower high. What looks like a lower high right now. I'm actually, this is a lower high. What we're gonna do is put lower high again. Boom. That's a lower high. Now, the reason why I'm identifying and choosing to use it as that is because if this lower high gets broken, that means we're going to start going up and start getting some higher highs, start moving up the ladder, right? Going into an uptrend. This is how you identify the trend, simply by making it clear, right? Identifying your lower high, lower high. I don't have a lower low other than these lows, right? This was a lower low. This low didn't get any lower. It might have, but there's nothing significant, right? So these two lows kind of rejected off of each other. And now we have here, I can't call it a lower low yet because the week is not over and we're going based off of the weekly. However, what I can say is we do have this nice looking lower high right here. And unless this high gets broken, we're going to start going back down, right? We might go back down to this level, go back and forth, right? So I'm going to leave this here. This is actually justifiable. Boom. All right. That's our matrix movement. We're going to look for, that's the other move. And this is our other move. All right. These are the moves we're looking for. I'm gonna make this a little bit cleaner. All right. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, y'all. I'm just doing this so we can see, right? We want to see a good, it's like your best guesstimate of what's going on based off what you see right here, right? And the reason why I'm doing them is because, as you guys know, we take our trades based off of failures. When we start to see this wick, right? These wicks, these longer wicks, these longer rejections, indecision, other team taking over. Remember, when you see wicks, the other team is starting to take over. As we see every time, look, wick here, wick here, wick here. The other teams are taking over. When we start seeing these wicks, it starts reversing in a different direction. You can see that all throughout the chart. And the bigger the wick, the bigger the reversal usually, right? And I say usually, but it's like 90% of the time, right? So, and you guys can see, like I said, right here, right here, right here, right here. You see more wicks, wick here, wick here. Look at this bigger wick. It was a wick test. They try to play around, boom, drop. So when you start to see these wicks, the market's starting to go in a different direction, and that's a good telltale sign that you should either get out of your trade or prepare to get into another one, right? So if you were in a sell here and you see this wick right here, you should probably get out of that trade. You know what I'm saying? Same here. If you were in a buy right here and you ended up and you saw this wick and you didn't take your profits like you should have, you should probably get out of that trade. Same here. Same here. Same here. Same here. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing over and over. So mind you, I'm teaching you guys while we're going over these charts. So I don't mean to gerbil a lot of information at your face, but I do mean to gerbil a lot of information at your face because I want you guys to know how to trade and not just depend on me, not just depend on these charts. I really want you guys to learn how to identify and see the charts just like I do, right? I don't claim to be a guru. I just know I'm somebody who spent, over the 10,000 hours required to master a skill set. So anyway, all right. So I'm liking what I'm seeing here as far as the movement and what I need to see to go forward, right? So I'm going to take a buy here. I'm sorry, excuse me. Do not take a buy there. I'm going to take a sell here is what I meant to say, or I'm going to look to take a buy here, or we'll wait for this rejection. This could happen again. Like the same thing could happen right here, and then we'll take another sell. We'll take it down to the bottom, whatever the case may be. As long as you're entering in the right points, in the right direction, you should definitely be okay with your trading style, right? Taking simple trades. Like if you were here when this wick happened, right after there's a perfect sell downwards. Same thing here. That's still a good sell. You're still, even if you didn't take all your profits here, you could still break even, which means protect your trade and be neutral, right? Sometimes you don't want to exit a trade. Sometimes you want to just hold a trade to see how long it goes. That's perfectly fine to do right there. And that's what I'm teaching y'all to do, to have confidence to do just that. So with that being said, I don't have much more to tell y'all. We went over everything I wanted to go over for XRP. Let's see about Bitcoin. Did I mark up Bitcoin for y'all last time? Nah. Wait, what? Okay. Oh, then what happened? Um, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm more focused on XRP. I have been more focused on XRP. If I'm trading crypto, I'm not really playing with Bitcoin, but they're pretty much doing the same thing. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like crypto kind of moves together actually. So kind of take this map, if you will, and like apply it to whatever other chart. What the heck? I might as well look over, right? So Bitcoin. Now this move didn't happen. Gonna delete it. This is a significant zone right here. I don't even know why. Oh, I know why I have that. So this is a monthly. I was looking at Bitcoin on the monthly. I realized that Bitcoin didn't get below this month right here, this level right here. So what happened is we're going all the way from 2021. As you guys see, remember the wicks tell stories, right? So this is going to be a quick overview. You see this big wick happen, and then this other big wick happen. This was confirmation. And you see Bitcoin just plummet. Bitcoin dropped like 60% from there, 65% from this level, right? Then the markets go above it. They're playing around a bit. It tries to go back down, but buyers are like, nope. And so they buy. And let me zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see. As you guys see, right at the bottom of this level, boom, we take off here. Bitcoin jumps almost 100% from this level. So this is a significant level of movement and decision making for everybody trading Bitcoin specifically, and that's why we're looking at that same level. So if you guys see, it got rejected pretty hard off the bottom here again. So if this month ends up above this level, we're gonna assume that Bitcoin is gonna skyrocket again. Now, if it doesn't, and it kind of stays within the level, or it kind of goes below, then we're going to assume it's going to continue to go down to this level. If it goes below, it's going to go down to this level. Matter of fact, let me just draw it, right? I didn't mean to do all this for y'all, but I'm going to. All right. And I know I don't usually do the monthly for y'all, but I look at the monthly for myself. I know not everybody has that patience, but still, you need to. So the market could do this on the monthly, and that's what I've been waiting for. To be honest, this would be a beautiful spot to buy Bitcoin at 49,000, but it might not get there, right? It might go up, and it might play around, or it might come down, and it might stay here, bounce up here, and never come to this level. That's happened to me before. Like, it'll come like halfway, and I'm waiting at this level. I got my things marked up at this level. Then the next time I look back at the chart, it's like up here, and it never went down, and it just kept going. So keep that in mind with Bitcoin. I don't like being too early to the chart, but if you're prepared and you're trading the right way, you could be a little bit early. But that's on y'all. I'll let y'all figure that out as you go along, right? Y'all see the trading style y'all want to trade with. Me, I like waiting for confirmations. So this could be what's happening right now, right? That's not foreign. That's not foreign. I'm really waiting. It says 19 days. At the end of these 19 days, we're going to be able to see exactly what we want to do with Bitcoin, period. Now, let me see if I got something for y'all on the weekly. Truth be told, it's the same thing. I'm just going to say, I'm just going to make it super clear for y'all just so y'all can see it. But I'm looking for the same thing. I'm looking for it to either create this lower low, or this lower low, or this new high, right? This higher high right here, where it's still a lower high, but I want to see it start trending upward, start trending higher, start knocking out some of these previous levels, right? Yeah. So see, we have a lower high here. So this is a high, this is a lower high, this is a lower low. This lower low was kind of matched, right? And this is the last thing I'll talk about, and then we'll slide. As you guys see, these lows are right neck and neck with each other, so not really anything to determine, right? You can't really make a determination off of that. Now, this could be a lower high, but then why are these matching? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, you'll start to see things like clearly. If we do treat this as another high, a lower high, then that would mean that this right here, this movement right here, if it breaks above it, then we're getting a higher high. And then if it breaks above this, we're getting a higher high, right? So I'm skipping all of that by giving y'all the moves that y'all should be waiting for. So you should be waiting for it to break above this high and go forward, or you should be waiting to break below this low and go forward. And that's it. We're going to keep it stupid simple today. Stupid. And remember, just like XRP, all crypto I'm looking at on a weekly basis, that gives me these sharper moves and keeps me out of the fluff. Remember, there's so many people trading crypto right now. There's so many people making moves on crypto because of all the hype, including the banks who own and run the show, if you know what I mean, that there's going to be a lot of sporadic movements, a lot of attempts to knock you guys out of the park, even if you guys are holding. That's why you guys are in the red right now if you're holding, because they're trying to knock you guys out the park so they can get in the best position. They want to get in down here. You know what I mean? But they know where they're targeting, right? So they can get in down here. Regardless, they want to buy low right here, and they want to sell high up here. That's the whole basis of the market. That's what the banks are doing. And in between, there's just people getting screwed. And that's usually y'all, because y'all don't know how to trade. But that's why you're here, so you can learn, right? So anyway, once again, thank y'all for tuning in. This has been Maverick's Point of View. We went over XRP and Bitcoin today. I gave y'all the double whammy. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to see y'all next week. I don't think we're going to need it midweek, but if we do need it midweek, I'll be here for it, and I'll send y'all an emergency video as always. So thank y'all again for tuning in. This has been Maverick's Point of View. Thank y'all for following, for paying attention, and I hope y'all learned something. Peace.